Now let's get a reaction from ICC-accredited lawyer Joel Butuyan regarding this development. Good morning po, attorney, and thanks for joining us again. Nakamute po kayo, attorney.
Sorry about that. Thank you. Good morning, Angela.
Nice.
And thanks for having me.
All right, so what do you make of this news that the defense team of former President Duterte is pushing to disqualify ICC Prosecutor Karim Khan? First, merong denial, may push for disqualification, then there's denial na lumabas, as ngayon, no, they're still pushing for it.
Yeah, there was actually a confusion, Angela, no? Because there was a submission, a request or a motion filed by the defense earlier this year to sought the disqualification of Mr. Karim Khan. And the submissions were heavily redacted. And then came last August 15 a publicized manifestation of Mr. Kaufman saying that they are no longer seeking the disqualification of Mr. Khan.
Right.
And then three days after, there was a reiteration of their motion to disqualify Mr. Khan. So there was really confusion on the part of the public. I think there was inadvertence on the part of the ICC because per Mr. Kaufman's statement, his manifestation saying that he no longer, that he does not seek the disqualification of Mr. Khan was a submission of his in April, no? In April. And so that's like before August. So apparently after April, after his manifestation that he's no longer seeking the disqualification of Mr. Khan, he alleges that he obtained information volunteered by Mr. Khan, which made him renew his application for Mr. Khan's disqualification. No? He's saying that he found out that Mr. Khan represented more than 100 victims in 2018 in seeking for the then prosecutor Fatou Bensouda to apply for formal investigation, for authorization to investigate the Philippine situation. So that's the context.
Okay. So what do you make of this move? Is this a legal move or a political one? I don't know.
Well, objectively for me, I think there's really no ground to disqualify Mr. Khan, no? Because even if he was part of a team of lawyers who signed the letter to the former ICC prosecutor seeking for the prosecutor to apply for authority to investigate, that means that there was no case at that time,
right?
No? And they were only seeking for authorization to conduct an investigation. So there was no investigation happening yet at that time, no? It was just the former prosecutor looking at news articles and finding out if there is basis to seek an authority to formally investigate. So wala pang investigation na nangyari. No, they were just, Mr. Khan and the other lawyers of the victims were only prodding the former prosecutor to start an investigation.
Given a lot of issues are hounding si Prosecutor Khan, attorney, no? Ano yung significance nito for the defense to discredit him or at the very least para matanggal siya when we all know naman he's not really anymore directly involved with the case against former President Duterte?
Tama yun, Angelo, no? Kasi if we compare by analogy, no, the position of Karim Khan, he's like the DOJ secretary,
yes,
no? But the team that is really involved on the ground to do the investigation, it's headed by his deputy prosecutor Nyang.
Yes,
no?
that's right.
Mami Nyang, no? And there is a team of lawyers who are doing the investigation. It's not actually Mr. Khan who is involved in the investigation. So I think there's really no ground to even disqualify him because in the first place, he's not involved in the investigation itself.
But what about if, like, for the spirit of fairness, what about if the prosecutor or the defense would bring up the other allegations of Karim Khan? Would that also affect the investigation?
it will not also affect the investigation like the supposed sexual misconduct. No, it has nothing to do with the case. No, and if at all, it only involves Mr. Khan. It does not involve the team that's really working day in and day out to investigate and firm up the charges against Mr. Rodrigo Duterte.
And attorney, simultaneous to this, no, they are also filing for yung at least in temporary liberty, no?
Yeah.
One of the
Interim
remedies
release.
that the defense team is pushing. What do you make of this? Kasi alam ko they did this before and parang tumihimik sandali and they're pushing for it again. And I think they added other grounds daw for liberty or raising health questions. So ano ang interpretation mo dito, attorney?
Yes, actually, they have renewed their application for interim release, no? Nung una, they filed for it, and then they said, teka, no? Freeze muna. And then now they're renewing their application. And in their renewed application, they divulge more information. And it appears that they're grounding it principally on health reasons, no? On the health of the former president. But I think the metrics, the parameters on whether or not to grant interim release is not so much on the health issues, because the health issues, they can be addressed by medical assistance. No, in fact, if you go through the media interviews of the family members of Mr. Duterte, they're consistent in saying that he looks well, that he's doing well. No, there's no report at all from the family that he's in dire health condition. No, so that itself, it really contradicts the supposed ground to seek his interim release on health reasons. No, but I think the most important consideration in whether or not interim release should be granted is una. Is there a flight risk? No?
Yeah.
And for the victims and for those helping the victims, there is really a flight risk. No? Even if we say that he's already 80 years old, pero hindi lang naman siya. No? Ang dami niyang supporters who can actually implement his flight. No? And there are so many people who want him to go back. No? In fact, there's a campaign to bring him home. No? And second, yung issue ng will it endanger the victims and the witnesses? It will really endanger. It will really put the lives and the safety of the victims and the witnesses in danger. Kasi ngayon nakakulong siya sa ICC detention facility. His conversations are monitored. Now if he's going to be under house arrest and he's going to have a caretaker, it's going to be very easy for him to divulge witnesses and victims who will participate through persons who will communicate or converse or be with him without monitoring from the ICC. So it will really endanger the lives of witnesses and victims.
Attorney, sorry, just to add up to lang the other day, last week, no, we were talking to Attorney Conti. And we're saying that she was also saying that probably pwedeng grounds na gamitin to reject also this bid is the mere fact that even while he's in jail, his daughter is still the Vice President of the Philippines. And case in point, yung impeachment complaint against her was summarily archived, or let's stop short of saying it was dismissed. Therefore, there is a sphere of influence.
There is a sphere of influence, no? I agree with Attorney Conti. No, that the Duterte forces and supporters are really strong. They're very influential, and they can actually endanger the proceedings in the ICC, endanger the lives of the witnesses and the victims.
Well, let's go to the process of this case, attorney, because I hope you can enlighten us and also our viewers. So, on September 23, if I'm not mistaken, is the confirmation of charges. So, what happens there po and after?
The confirmation of charges proceedings, which will happen from September 23 to 26. This is the stage where the prosecution will lay down the charges against Mr. Duterte. Now, in the application for arrest warrant, the prosecution cited 43 murder incidents, no? And they also cited crimes of torture and, if I'm not mistaken, sexual violence, no? But the pretrial chamber, the judges only sustained the murder charges, no? It said that there's not enough evidence to sustain the other charges, no? But in the confirmation of charges, the prosecutor will have the option to expand the charges. It can go beyond the 43. There can be more 43 murder incidents, and there could be other crimes, no, that can be charged theoretically, but we don't know. And then the process that's going to happen during the confirmation of charges in September is the prosecution will present a summary of evidence to convince the judges that we should proceed to trial based on these crimes that are that Mr. Rodrigo Duterte is accused of. Now, the defense has submitted, no, practically a manifestation saying that they're not going to introduce any witnesses, they're not going to introduce any documents or any kind of evidence. What they're going to do is argue on the basis of legalities. So, kumbaga, susubukan nilang bubutas-butasan, no, yung ebidensya ng prosecution and try to convince the judges na dapat hindi tumuloy sa trial yung kaso dahil allegedly walang ebidensya na sufficiente to charge Mr. Duterte.
Kumbaga, Attorney, what the defense is going to try to do is, number one, raise the issue of the manner of which he was arrested, and number two, question of jurisdiction. Pero hypothetically, Attorney, if this goes to trial and ito ang platform ng defense team, ano mangyayari?
Ang mangyayari niyan, Angelo, ay ang korte ay magde-decide base lang sa ebidensya ng prosecution. No? Kumbaga, titignan niya kung sufficiente yung ebidensya ng prosecution, and at the same time, titignan niya na kung yung mga butas na pinopoint out ng defense would amount to reasonable doubt. No? Pero I would suppose that during the trial itself, no, while during the confirmation of charges, the defense has telegraphed its strategy that it will not present evidence. During the trial, they can still opt to present witnesses and evidence.
So it doesn't mean na nagsasalitang tapos na.
Yes.
So the question,
Tama yun.
Attorney, just to clarify, yung question of jurisdiction and the manner in which he was arrested has to be raised prior to the, during the confirmation of charges, or it can be raised as the trial goes along?
It has actually been raised, no? And it's pending, no? It's pending resolution by the chamber, no? And it should be decided. It should be decided as soon as possible. So that it will not derail or postpone or reschedule the trial that will happen if the charges are confirmed.
Attorney, on the other topic naman po, well, of course, kay Pangulong Duterte pa rin, ano, yung sinasabi po nila na pag-attend niya sa hearing noon sa Congress regarding nga po dun sa TRICOM, yung mga nilahad po niya doon and also yung mga books written about this war on drugs, pwede daw po ba itong gamitin during the trial?
Pwede lahat gamitin, lalo na lahat yung mga statements niya that were made under oath, no? Because he testified in Congress under oath, no? So, alam mo, ang pinagkaiba ng kaso ni Mr. Duterte sa mga kaso ng mga ibang dinesisyonan ng ICC, ang dami-daming salita, ang dami-daming admissions si Mr. Duterte,
that's right,
no? That can be used against him and that should be used against him, no? Dahil talagang napakalakas ng mga ebidensya na yon. Dahil nakikita natin o maalala natin, pag sinabi niyang ganito, kill, makikita natin ang dami-daming patayan na susunod, no? Pag sinabi naman niya na suspended muna, hindi lang yung mga patayan na involving mga pulis ang tumitigil, kundi pati yung mga riding in tandem na mga patayan tumitigil. So, makikita natin there was really orchestration from the top. Na meron talagang nagkukumpas, no? And it cannot be other than Mr. Duterte himself.
If there, follow-up question ko lang, Attorney, if meron pong request to get those statements na nangyari po during the hearing, Meron po bang option ang, let's say, ang Congress to deny that request? Or kailangan po nila sumunod?
Angela, I think those are publicly available
Right.
videos and
So, pwede na lang doon kunin.
nasa
hindi na
website
kailangan
mismo.
i-request.
No? So,
Sabagay,
ang
oo.
hirap nilang i-deny yung mga ganyan. And in fact, ang daling i-authenticate dahil talagang makikita at makukuha mo sa website ng Congress mismo.
Attorney, given, of course, yung confirmation of charges, lalabas yung ibang co-accused dito. So do we expect any other arrests coming soon? You mentioned kanina from yung kumpas ni former President Duterte sa drug war. So may mga galamayan.
Oo. Doon nga sa application for warrant of arrest, merong mga 8 or 9 additional names whose identities were redacted, no?
Okay.
Na tinawag na co-conspirators ni Mr. Duterte. And I think ang nangyayari dyan is they separated the investigation with respect to those, no? I
Okay.
think inuunahin nila itong kaso ni Mr. Duterte and nandun yung option that they will be applying for a warrant of arrest for the additional co-conspirators, no? Eventually. Pero mukhang magiging separate trial itong kay Mr. Duterte kasi umuusad na, no?
Yes.
Siguro they're just firming up the evidence against the others, no? So, but we are hopeful that there's going to be more because it was not only Mr. Duterte, no, who implemented this despicable crimes that happened in one of the darkest periods of our nation's history.
Pero attorney, historically sa ICC, pag may kasong ganito, ngayon umuusad na yung main conspirator, yung main proponent o yung litisin, do we expect them within this year, yung mga conspirators?
Well, hopefully within this year or early next year sana, no? Pero talagang we're really speculating dahil talagang
understand.
talagang redacted lahat. Although kung tutuusin natin, halos pare-pareho naman dapat yung ebidensya laban sa lahat ng mga conspirators dahil talagang they acted in unison, in symphony, no? So talagang maraming similar and common evidence against them.
Doon po sa nakikita natin na request po nila for interim release, sabi niyo nga po heavily redacted at nakalagay doon na meron silang nakausap na bansa na maaaring kumupkop, no, kay former President Rodrigo Duterte sa kanyang possible interim release. But on your side po, meron din po ba kayo naiisip na kung anong bansa yun?
Alam mo, Angela, nung una, ang aking suspicion was yung sinasabi nila pumayag ng country would have to be an adjacent country, a neighboring country of the Netherlands kasi merong obligation pa rin yung interimly released accused to attend trial, no? Pero
yes.
dito sa and in the past yung Belgium yung country na who has agreed to host accused who were granted interim release. Pero itong sa bagong submission ni Mr. Kaufman, parang sinasabi niya na they are willing to waive yung personal presence ni Mr. Duterte sa trial. So mukhang magsususpecha tayo na baka hindi karatig bansa ng Netherlands. It could be some other country not a neighbor of the Netherlands, no? So talagang sobrang
medyo malayo yun.
palaisipan kung sino yung country na ito. At sinasabi pang in the past, hindi tumatanggap ng mga ganitong interim release accused itong bansang ito. It was opposed to it actually. So talagang interesting talaga.
In the recent cases, before we let you go, attorney, may mga may mga nag-grant ba na interim release na before?
Similar position to
oo.
President Duterte?
Meron na mga nag-grant na interim release pero hindi kasing bigat ng kaso ni Mr. Duterte kasi
Not
yung mga
for,
iba were just charged with yung violation or yung mga interference in the administration
Not
of
for
justice.
crimes against humanity.
Yes, hindi yung kasing bigat na crime against humanity na charges ni Mr. Duterte.
All right, thank you for your time, Attorney Joel Butuyan, an ICC-accredited lawyer, for joining us via Zoom.